you do have questions, this is the official Q&A time. Any questions? Yeah, it's in the back.
What was one of the suckiest moments along this path?
Okay, the question was, what was one of the suckiest moments along this path? Oh, goodness. Well, getting fired in the moment was super sucky. Turned out to be the best thing ever. But getting fired, let's see. The whole comparison game with social media, it's super easy to feel like everybody else is winning at life and you are losing. And especially in my early years, all of my peers seemed like they were being accepted into accelerators and getting all these people saying, I want to buy your company and investing millions and thousands of dollars. And none of that was happening for me. So the first few years, there was definitely just continuous suckage, basically, of me feeling bad because everybody else was getting these things that I thought that I wanted. Guess what? Turns out I don't want any of that. I don't want investors in my company because then I have to answer to them. So screw you, investors who did not offer me money. Next question. Anybody else? Yeah. What do you do if you're in a bad mood or not feeling positive? Great question. Everybody thinks that I am always optimistic and happy because my tagline is life of yes. Not true. Sometimes living a life of yes means sitting in shit and being okay with that. Eventually you lift yourself up. So specific ways that I lift myself up, I definitely need Saya time, right? So I am not bashful at saying, I can't go to that party, I can't go out with you. Take Saya time and wear yoga pants and Netflix and chill, whatever. Yoga, huge. I love yoga. It gets me out of the house, and I'm not like a spiritual person, like not meditative, like I need to work up a sweat. A yoga class that's difficult. Other bad moods, I listen to songs on repeat, like a song that's really speaking to me. There could be a week where I just listen to that one song. So this is one of my reasons college roommates and I didn't really love each other. That Rent soundtrack got played over and over all of freshman year. What else? Unfortunately, I love donuts too, so I'm not going to suggest that you go and eat donuts because that's not healthy, but I have been known to stuff a couple of donuts in my face. So, next question. This is not being recorded, is it? Yeah. Great question. So, no, I've never had investors. How did I get the money for my company? I had $300 in my savings account when I got fired. And I got fired, so that was good in the sense that I got unemployment for 6 months or something. So I basically lived on unemployment. And one of the things that I wish I could say, I was so smart. I thought of this at the beginning, and this is what saved me. It just so happened that this is how it happened. It wasn't a strategic thought. And that thought is, I'm a service business as opposed to products, and that saved me. And then in the early days, I didn't have to really buy anything. So I didn't have to go and buy 10,000 widgets to sell to people and then have those widgets sitting there and I needed to move them. I didn't need a lot of capital, and that's actually one of the things that I think is one of the reasons for my success, that I am really good at using what I have, using my possessions, and not thinking, I need to buy this really expensive thing. I need to rent out that, for Fear Experiment, the first venue that I rented, before I didn't know if it would be successful, right? So I rented a venue that cost, I think it was $1,000, which, that's money, but it's not $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, which I didn't have. And so this goes back to taking the risks, small risks with what you have, and your skills and your possessions. And so I didn't need a lot of money, wonderfully. And also people started buying my services right away and selling my business for me, which was the best thing ever.
So once you got into the lane that you're in now, did you find you reinvent yourself along the way?
Once I got in the lane that I'm in, did I find that I had to reinvent myself? Yes, I did I'm constantly reinventing myself, which is one of my favorite things about what I do. And I'm sorry, if you've ever been at a party with me, you ask, so what do you do? Because 45 minutes later, I'm still telling you what I do. I have not perfected that elevator pitch yet, but that's one of the reasons. Sometimes I wish I could just say, I'm a doctor, I'm a receptionist, I'm a teacher, and then you know what I do instead of my 45-minute mac and cheese random thing. But I love that, and reinventing, it's all about me just paying attention to what excites me. Over these 13 years, I have definitely changed my interests, my passions, my skills. You guys have changed. As we've gotten older, our priorities are less John Barleycorn and more, intimate, real connections with people as opposed to going to horrible bars. Don't go to John Barleycorn. I hope this is not sponsored by So, yes, basically listening to myself, and just go back to being selfish. Saya today is very different from Saya 2004, and what excites me, interests me, drives me, motivates me is very different. So I just listen to that, and then I listen to you guys as well and see what you guys are interested in. How are we doing? Yeah? A couple more. Okay, cool. Yes, man in back.
All right, so in living a life of yes, what is it important for you to say no to?
We have 30 minutes. Okay, and living a life of yes, what's important for me to say no to? Okay, so I continuously feel like a horrible person because 5, 10, 30 times a week, I will get emails from people saying, "You're so nice and sweet, and you're so inspiring. I would love to take you out for coffee and pick your brain. Could we do that?" No, don't any of you email me and ask me that. This is why. So I feel horrible because I remember when I first started out, all the people I asked out for coffee and to get a drink in the same vein, and they were so helpful and said nice yes to me, and I'm so appreciative of that. But when you get asked so many times, it's just not feasible. Again, I need to pay my mortgage, and thank you so much for saying those nice, flattering things about me, and I'm so appreciative that you want to spend your time on me. But no, so I've tried to find ways to, and this happens when I travel a lot too. Someone sees I'm going to be in their city for 24 hours. Oh, I would love to, meet you for a coffee. And I just can't. I don't always want to be a life coach and a career counselor and a therapist, you guys. Sometimes I want to just, go on vacation and have vacation, or just be in Chicago living my own life and not have that. So I've been trying to find a way to say no and to protect my time, my sanity, my ability to pay bills or not pay bills, but then also trying to be helpful, right? And to live a life of yes and say, I can't, but I'm going to be at this event. I would love to meet you there, or come to one of my events, or I can't help you with that specific problem, but I know somebody who can. So time, saying no to people who are being so nice and lovely to me, but I just can't say yes to everybody. And then also when you work from home, I'm sure a lot of you guys experience this, you can always be working, right? So just telling yourself no, turn off the computer, get up, move, go to yoga class, go to Trader Joe's, whatever it is. One more, yes.
Your list of vacancies.
Yeah.
What if you add to that, have a mortgage?
Okay, so the list of the excuses that I had up here, he's asking, what if you add to that, I have a mortgage and kids? So I have a mortgage, don't have kids. So I would say, yeah, that's another thing. And especially, when I started my business, just like I said, not having things to sell, widgets, products, that was really helpful. I was single, I didn't have a mortgage, I didn't have kids, I didn't have anybody else I had to consider. Definitely very different if you have those kind of adult things to think about. And I wish that I had a super easy solution for you. I don't. I do think that in this day and age of technology where communities are there's so many ways to see what other people have done who are in your exact position, who have a mortgage, who have kids, and reaching out to your network is fairly easy these days to ask, what did you specifically do, you with person who has the exact same scenario as me. So I would encourage you to reach out to those people that I'm sure that you know, or if you don't know them, you specifically can email me and ask me for help. Just you. I'm a nice person, I swear that I am. I don't have any great answer about the kids thing, but there's a bazillion people out there who do it, and they're thriving and succeeding. So I would go to the just do it. What is the worst that would happen if you did whatever it is that you're considering doing? Probably not death. So why not just try it, right? And the last thing I'll say is have confidence that your your own faculties, your own awesomeness will help you get through if it doesn't work out exactly how you want it to work out, that you can pull yourself up, and I'm sure, I don't know you seem like a very nice man who has an amazing community of supportive people, family, loved ones, friends, whomever, and that they're not gonna let the worst case scenario happen. Homelessness, losing, all that kind of stuff, that's not gonna happen to you. So just jump and just be a pioneer. Okay, should we good there? Yes? Okay, so, whew. So, you don't have to be self-employed to be a pioneer. I know I've talked a lot about entrepreneurship and being self-employed. You can be 9 to 5, you can work in a cubicle, you can wear pantyhose if you want. Be a pioneer, whomever you are. It might be the worst, but it might be the best thing to ever happen to you, like how getting fired and becoming a forced pioneer was for me. Thanks, guys.